Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing the next 6 stages of the Agora models Hachette Partworks release, build the RMS Titanic. So look, I've got this whole hole up here at the moment, and I've also got the battery box which we were working on last pack, and also it's on the stand that we were working on the last pack as well. I don't need the decks at the moment because today we're going to be finishing this battery box off, and we're also going to be doing the rest of the hull, and I believe that's going to complete the hull apart from the back section which we've already done, which was the engine room, which I'm guessing we're going to be putting in the next pack. Now if you're in the US territory and you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and there's also a QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so this is stage 105, and this is what the magazine looks like. And as you can see, we are going to be putting a speaker now into that battery box area, which is what we created here. We have got the vent for the speaker in there, and then we're going to be putting all of the wires into that. So by the end, that's how it's looking. So let's get all these parts out. And the first thing to do is we're going to be taking the speaker here, and we're going to be putting this onto the bracket for the speaker. We do have an indent, so when we put this in, we want to put this so the wire is coming out the indent just there. I'm going to bring over the battery box, and then holding this speaker so it doesn't fall out, I want to put this into place. So now I know how it's going to go. It's probably best to put the speaker in first like that, and then put the bracket on top like this, ensuring that that wire is out on the notch there. That's perfect. And that's going to be held in with these BP screws here, and we need 3 of these. So we're going to start connecting these cables up now. So on the close-up camera, this is labelled with an A, and this is socket A just at the back here. So ensure that goes in there. Perfect, that's in just like that. And then the speaker we've just put in, you can probably see has got a B on it. That's just going to go right over the other side into this socket over here. Perfect. So batteries are connected, speakers connected. Now I want to bring up the stand, which is looking like this. And the 2 leads that are coming from the base of the stand, which are C and D, are just going to go into the next sockets, which are labelled C and D. So C in the middle, and then D just down into that bit there. Now when they're all in, I want to make sure that all these wires are tucked inside here, so then we can put this into place just here, and it should lock in like that. And then we've got these massive screws here, which is what we're going to be putting these in with. They're sort of flanged, so turn it over and get these in. And when that's in, that should look just like that. And then the last thing to do is we've got a battery box cover here, which we just put on like that. We do have these long screws. We're going to need one of these to secure that into place. I'm not putting the batteries in yet, but that is pretty much ready to go. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 106, we're going to be doing a plaque which actually goes on the stand. So let me show you what that looks like. See, we've got a plaque here which is going to go on here, putting that into place, and then we actually put this in those 3 holes that we had in the stand as well, so it's looking like that. So this is what the plaque looks like. There, it's a nice bit of brass. What I need to do is I need to put this adhesive on the back of it. This is like a double-sided tape. So tape's on, take the sticky off the other side, and this is going to go into the indented side here, just like this. Make sure it's flat, so it's looking like that. Excellent. We're going to be putting this in the base, and this goes into the 3 holes here and facing out. So let's just get this in like that. So that gives you an idea of how that looks. And then just from the other side here, once again, I'm going to use these flange screws to screw this in. And there you go, with that in, that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so for the last 4 stages on this pack, there's a lot to do because we're going to be finishing off the whole section. So we've got a plate here, and I'm going to put all of these parts together, putting the black section in, then the red section. Someone did advise to put the black on the red first and then slot them in. I'm going to try that this time. So that one's going to look like that. I'll swiftly move on to stage 108 because I'm going to batch all of these together. Here's the magazine. And as you can see, we've got the red part now, which we're putting in. And then that's going to take that side up. And then you can pretty much guess what we're going to be doing with the last 2. This is the magazine. Once again, we've got the black side here for the other side. And then finally, in stage 110, here's the magazine. We've got the red side. And that's pretty much closing up the back of the hull, which is looking pretty cool. So let's open this up and see if it is easier to put the red and the black parts together first. I've never thought about trying that one, but we'll see how it goes. So I could see how it could work. So let me just lie that down there. I'm not going to put the screws in yet because I'm going to open the other 2 up as well. So I've definitely gone off-piste with this because we are going to be having some extra detail sections to put into this side here. But what we're going to do first is join these together, see how this looks. Now, for that, we do use our Allen head screwdriver or Allen key. And let's get these in. Certainly easier putting them in like this. The proof will be in the pudding shortly when I attach this to the main body of the ship. Making sure that's extra tight. Perfect. So let's do the ones on this side. Okay, so that's those 2 done. Let's bring up the hull. Very hard to show you what we're doing here, but this one is going to go in there just like that. So again, I'm going to put some LM screws in just through this side, and then I'll be doing exactly the same on the other side here. So we're going to be working on the front of the hull now. I'm going to try and get this in here because, stand by. It's this just area here that I want to put in. And I've got some blankers to put into the holes. Now they are sort of like the lugs on them are small and large. So they can only go in one way. And I'm just going to fill the holes up on this side first. So 1. This one goes in there. 2. 3. And that's just basically the screw holes we had on this side. Perfect. And the last one just in the top here. Now this is getting so big, it's impossibly hard to film. Okay, turn it over. And I want to spin this whole hull around. Because we're going to be doing the same thing on this side, but I do need to connect these parts of the hull together. And I'm doing that with AM screws. So put them in a bit of oil, make sure they're all lined up. And 4 of these is going to hold this together. And there you go, with all of them in place, I'm now in a position to put these blankers in again. It's just a case of lining up which one goes where. And there you go. That's hiding the screw holes there. And that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So because the hull is now finished, I'm trying to figure out a way to hold this. This is pretty much the size of it. So I'm hoping that's going to give you an idea of how big this is. And that's the thumbnail. It's got to be the thumbnail, hasn't it? Look at it. Look how big it is. Crazy. Now, I don't know where I'm putting this. I haven't got a clue. But as you can see, that's looking pretty impressive. Okay, let's try and find a place for it put down. Incredibly hard to film, being so big. I've only got a limited area here, but there you go. Once again, if you want to get this for yourself, Link in the video description. There's also a QR code on the screen, but I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.